Hello and welcome to my channel. And today I thought we'd get into an upgrade, a big upgrade on my mini lathe. Let's get into that. The big upgrade I'm talking about is putting this motor and all this stuff on my mini lathe. Just for comparison, let me place this motor on here. Of course, this motor isn't going up here. I plan on putting it under the machine along with all the other stuff. I'm not the first one that wanted to put or did put a larger motor on their mini lathe. They want to put a bigger motor on it, but they don't want to lose the forward and reverse, and they don't want to lose the variable speed. This is my rendition, my ideas on how to overcome all of that. What I plan on doing is taking this 1 horsepower motor, using a mechanical variable speed, and a drum switch to make it go forward and reverse. I'm not much of an electrician. I can build things. So this video is going to have a few parts to it. I want to take this and put it underneath all of this so it's hidden and out of sight. The only thing you'll see is the power that this motor gives this little lathe. If you remember, I just put in the tapered roller bearings and steel gears, and that was in preparation for the larger motor. I want to build this all outside of the machine and make it like a unit that I could slide in. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Let's get into this. The first thing I need to do before I do anything else is to see if I'm smart enough to get this drum switch to reverse the direction on here. Of course, I was on YouTube, and I think I got enough information to be able to use this drum switch and this motor to do that. And as soon as I figure it out, I'll show everyone my progress. Let's do this. For some reason, the motor is coming. And it doesn't really want to stop. For some reason, when I plug it in, the motor starts humming. When I go from forward to reverse, it doesn't really want to stop. I have to check my wiring. Well, the motor is coming. Same thing. Hooked it up different, but the same thing. I have to study this. All right. I failed twice the way I hooked up this drum switch. I looked at it real close, and I think I overcome my problems. It's plugged in. It's not humming the way it used to. Either it's not hooked up at all, or it's going to run correctly. Here we go. Woo! Counterclockwise. Let's see if this actually reverses it. It did. All right, I did something right. This was my first hurdle. If I couldn't get a motor to reverse, I failed. But I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of good information on YouTube. And I was on there for a while. And I come up with some stuff. I wasn't too sure about this, but after really studying what I wanted to do, it seems to have worked. Okay. My next hurdle would be making the mechanical variable speed. This is a variable speed unit that I got from a flea market years ago when I used to have a shopsmith that I got from my father-in-law. But anyway, I have to see how it works. And I'm really not sure. I was digging through some boxes. I found some pulleys. Then I found an idler pulley that I could use also to test this out. It's really dirty, but it seems to be okay. I found some belts, small ones. They're torn up, but once I figure this whole thing out, I'm going to build the real thing right in the machine. I was going to make a mock-up. Need to make some kind of angle plate or something. And here too, I need to make a block to hold this pulley. All right, let's find some kind of angle plate. When I was digging around and I found this, it must have been some kind of tooling I built for something. It's all, looks like 1018 steel. And I found this angle plate. It is also just bolted together over here. Looks like everything was ground flat and square and then bolted together. And this thing also, it looks like it was quickly ground and bolted together. But I bet you I could do something like this. Put some holes in here and bolt it on there. And then do something like this. A piece of aluminum that will go on this shaft. Bolt the aluminum to this angle plate. And clamp all this together. That should be pretty simple. Let's do that. Let's make some aluminum spacers and brackets. Try to bolt this together. Let's do that. I need to drill a quick 257 thousandths. That's an F drill for a 5/16 tap. This is in the steel angle plate that's going to hold the adjustable variable speed unit. Let's do this. Yeah, I got me a 5/16 tap, put a little oil in there. I have to go find me a 5/16 bolt and washer. All right, let's go. Let's do this. The unit is going to go like that. There's this edge to keep it from moving, and there's one hole here. I was going to use that for the 5/16 bolt. I'm using this piece of 1 3/4 inch diameter to lay on here to kind of keep it at the right height. And we have this rib here that's going to keep it square. I just need to tighten this 5/16 bolt. All right. Now I just need to get a piece of aluminum, bolt that onto this angle plate, bolt the angle plate down, and then mount this pulley. Some quick milling and drilling and get her done and see if this works. That's my second thing that I have to be able to do, otherwise none of this works. Let's do this. Just need one tapped hole here. I lined these holes up in here with a larger drill, a drill that fits through here. And I'm going to drill for a 832. Let's tap this stuff. One in a row. I have all the brackets made. I have measurements where, well, let me back up a little bit. I need to make slots or grooves in this board for the motor to slide up and back, for this to be locked in place square with the motor, and then this here so it stays square with the center pulleys. Then I have to bolt holes or drill holes for bolts all the way through in those grooves. And I think this will be good enough to test to see if this variable speed actually works. Let's quit talking about it and let's get some grooves cut in here about 1/8 inch deep, just so everything will be square and in line. Let's do that. I am out of the milling machine where I cut some grooves in here. What I mean by grooves is this will slid in there and it can't go sideways. It can't move around really except where I bolt it. And it'll keep it all square. The same thing for the motor and the same thing for the variable speed unit. I have to drill some new holes. I just tried putting holes in here, but everything kept moving, and that's why I did this. Let's get into mounting this thing. I'd be lying if I said I didn't turn it on. I did. I didn't mess with it too much. I just wanted to make sure it doesn't fly apart on the camera. But as I think I told everyone, this is just a mock-up to see if this variable speed actually works. I bought it 40 years ago or longer than that, and I don't think I ever really tried it. If I did, I don't remember anything positive. Let's turn it on forward. Let's turn it on reverse. Let's see if the variable speed works. That's something that has to happen, or this whole project is in the trash can. Let's do this. It all works. I guess the project is a go. Let me show you behind here where I want to put this thing. It's back here. This is where it's going. The variable speed's going in there. And the motor itself, I plan on putting it down here in these cabinets. And I have to cut some holes. I'm probably going to have to make a plate that goes on the back of that wall. There's a lot of work to be done. So, it works. It's kind of wobbly. I don't know if you saw how everything was moving when I was cranking it. That must be the board and the way I have all these things fastened on. It won't be like that in the real mechanism that I built. But I had to see if this worked. I've had it for all these years and really didn't know if it worked. I know when I first found it again, the middle pulley was frozen in place. I had to soak it in mineral spirits. But it looks like I accomplished everything I was after. I proved that this thing, the variable speed will work. I proved that the drum switch will reverse it. So now it's on to actually building the stuff onto this mini lathe. That's a whole nother story. So, until next time, enjoy.